Okay.
Okay.
What you
We're
do?
live, ladies and
We are
ladies.
live.
We
Yes.
You know what I've
But
noticed is that when you press that live button, it takes a few minutes for people to start joining.
right,
Oh
and
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
it takes a second for it to connect to go live.
Mm-hmm.
But it
And then they're
starts
probably still
recording.
scrolling, and then once they get that notification, they're checking in and like, oh, what? Let me see what they're talking about today. What's popping? What's on the topic now?
Exactly.
And then you go
Exactly.
tell a
What's
friend
We
to
have
tell a friend.
poppin'?
some
What is
What's
on
loyal
the show?
some
poppin'?
loyal viewers. We have a viewer all the way across the pond. Is she in Ireland, Una?
Ireland. Yeah, Una.
We
Yeah,
have
she
Una in
is.
Ireland, and she logs on every night.
One
She
in
is
We,
the morning.
religious.
we
She is
give
a
her
religious Talk Miami talk show
weekly
fan.
dose of Talk Miami,
Yes.
And we love her.
and
And
Oh
we
it's
my
have
one in
We
the
love
morning
all our
over
goodness.
there.
viewers, but Una is special, honey, because she across the pond, y'all.
Yeah.
She's
exactly.
the reason that when I introduce myself, I always
We
say I am a host on an international podcast.
international boy.
There,
Yes.
flip that one. Thank you, Miss Una.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
we international, baby.
Mm-hmm.
International
Ooh,
known.
cultural international over here.
Y'all, I am jet lagged. This is my
Ooh.
second trip back from Orlando in
How long is
less
the
than a month.
flight?
5.5 hours
I was gonna say 5 hours. Lord
Ooh,
Jesus.
child.
Yeah.
is not to be played with, and I got
Yeah.
up at 4 o'clock. I got up at 3:30 y'all time
Mm.
to get on the plane and come back here. So I am here,
Hey, Una.
Una.
Una's here.
Why I can't tell you.
Hey, Una. Hey,
Una.
Katrina. You better show fam some love. Act like you
Yes,
know.
right.
Hey,
Wait,
Casey.
when is the baby due,
Hey.
Katrina? I've been waiting for my nephew.
Ryan. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're here for those shady
Y'all is
comments,
like my
by the way.
nephew. I'm your godmother. I don't even get. I don't
Look,
even
as
get to
long
say.
as
I don't even get to say Uncle Auntie Diva.
Not
as
yet.
You know.
long
So
as she don't say godmama, she can say auntie all she wants to, honey.
I'm gonna
Okay,
tell her
because
to
God,
say.
I
I'm gonna tell her to
why?
I'm
reclaim my
say.
auntie.
position.
I'm gonna tell her to say grandma until you give me a cup.
I'm
Ooh,
Auntie TK.
ooh.
I
We're
am
not
Auntie
doing that.
TK.
Grandma.
B.
Wait, is he talking about this cup?
This is Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh.
Is he talking about this cup? Wait a minute.
So for all of our viewers, welcome. And I'm going
I refuse to let you come in and greet our guest today when it's A, my show, and B, you want to start with this CUP business. Because I refuse to have my sunshine be dimmed on this day. Okay? And
I just
TK,
want
you
to
can
say
sip
can I
out of
say
that all you
something?
want.
Can I just say something? I,
Steve being his
I
little
just want to say their cups have been made. I also made their ungrateful selves keychains. I just need them to wait until I make their shirt and I will send it to them. But y'all ain't got to inbox me. Y'all ain't got to call me. I have made their cups and their keychains.
By the
Now
way,
I want to
Shonda,
send them their
your
shirts. Okay?
friend who emailed you about our cups the other day
Your
had
friend.
me in tears in my cubicle at work because I was like, "You get it, girl. That's my friend." So, but that's okay. That's gonna be our Christmas gift, and then she's gonna say, "You see, I got you a Christmas gift." Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
the
gonna put a little
TK's just
extra
doing
in
the
there
most.
for
She's
y'all.
slow-mo.
Alicia says a bundle package. That's right, Alicia. Tell them, please.
Right.
Be patient.
You guys, we
Good
just
things come to those who wait.
we just
Oh, it's
started off
gonna be a
our
Black
talk with
Friday
Alicia
sale.
Curtis, who we'll see Alicia Curtis later on in today's cast. We're gonna have a nice conversation with her, but we always like to start in the middle of a conversation because that's how we do it at Talk Miami. What's up, everybody? It's your girl SYNDEE Winters today, and I'm hosting tonight's episode of Talk Miami. And I'm so happy to be here, happy to be back. I just spent my last 3 days this weekend at Disney World at Destination D23, and it was amazing. So, well, more on that later, but I'm going to toss it up to the very slow manufacturer of gifts, not paying things, not purchase orders, but gifts for her friends, Dr. Shonda Roberts.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the Dr. Shonda Roberts. I'm here with me and the cup for for my beautiful friends. I have made the cup for them. This cup has actually been made, but I'm gonna make sure they get it this week. I promise.
She drank out of that
I
cup. That
promise.
cup's
I
had
did.
liquid
It's
in
in
it.
a box. It's in a box, nicely packaged for you. I'm gonna put some tissue paper in there so it doesn't break in traveling. You'll have it. But good evening, everyone, and welcome back. Oh, wait. Go ahead, TK, with your start
Wait,
yourself.
you want to pass the cup to me? Thank
No.
you, Dr. Shaw. How did I receive my cup? So,
Every time y'all say cup, I'm just gonna bring some Miami
Shenanigans.
to it.
exactly. But
It's
hi,
just looking like
everyone.
you.
Exactly. Hi, everyone. I am TK Owens. I am just so excited. Cindy, welcome back. You came over here back to Florida, but now you're back in LA.
I did.
You know, and that's what we do. You made it back just in enough time to host tonight. So thank you, everybody. We're looking forward to a great show, and let me pass it down to the one and only diva.
Hi everyone, it's your favorite host, because I'm not the hostess,
Ooh,
but I am a host with the
Mm.
most. But I wanted to say hello, happy Thanksgiving. Is it Thanksgiving for the Miami? I wore my little orange shirt. This is my shout out for my mom because she bought this shirt and she loves this color.
Mama Gloria.
Number two, as you see, my men have returned. And my wall is different because this weekend I was busy putting together my whole brand new office and my podcast. I even got me a brand new chair, girl. I'm over here sitting up right. I got it all, y'all. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm happy that we have Alicia Curtis joining us. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it that way.
Back to the princess.
Thank you
Back
very
to the
much.
princess.
You guys, what an incredible week we just had. I had a really powerfully spiritual week. Last week I spent I think I was recovering from some sort of stomach virus after eating Walt
You
Disney
did
World
say
food for
that.
like
Mhm.
every day for 5 days. Like that's not natural, and I don't
Your belly
recommend
is
it.
not used to
My
that.
stomach is not quite right, and then I turned right around and did it again. But I've been craving a salad ever since I got back. But during that time, I did go on a fast, and I took that opportunity to listen to Will Smith's book and completely redecorate my apartment and really get into the zone about planning and looking toward the future and sort of getting my ducks in a row. Did you guys have any sort of adjustment period or any learning period last week? Any highlights that you want to share?
No, not really.
I can't think back that far.
Ooh, we got to check
Yeah.
that out, Shonda.
I can't think. I promise
should-
I can't. I
Diva
don't know
B?
what happened last week.
No. I don't
Same
think
old,
so.
same old for me. Except for,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're getting prepared for Thanksgiving.
There's
Yes.
never a thing called same old, same old.
I know, right?
That is
Actually, I've
that
been
is the cheapest response. I have to just call it out. It's the cheapest response. There's something that had to happen. 7 days went by.
I'm sure something did.
So I
just
can
can't
tell you,
remember.
I spent 6 of those days researching turkey recipes because I've never cooked a turkey in my life. And
Ooh.
since this is my first holiday in my brand new home, I'm cooking turkey, y'all. So it's either going to go 2 ways. I'm going to have an amazing, delicious turkey, or I'm going to have a turkey that is like from National Lampoon's Christmas that when
Oh,
you cut
no,
into
not
it,
that
it's like
one.
and we'll just end up at Waffle House at 2 in the afternoon.
Or
So,
Boston Market.
yeah, it's going well. There's no Boston Market up here. Oh God, I miss Boston Markets, and I can't even tell you that there's no Boston Market with some cream spinach and some corn.
About to have a
Oh,
Publix
yeah.
chicken, a
But-
Publix rotisserie chicken.
But we'll see, and I will be taking pictures, because we gonna see.
You
Please
should go.
post it on your
You should go
social media.
live. That you're cooking.
I don't want to go live because I bought a lot of champagne, so
And
I
we don't know what's going to come out.
Yeah, and
I would love to see a Diva B turkey dressing tutorial.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With the
But
champagne.
That's just
Okay.
me.
with the
Make
champagne.
it and send it to us, and we'll let you know if you can post it.
You can edit it, and every other word will be like this damn beep, 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 turkey.
My
Yeah.
favorite. My
Well,
favorite kind.
I'm in
Look,
charge of the turkey.
Tarika
this
says
year.
to brine the turkey. Now,
Yes.
you know what? And we'll get started in just a second. And I want to hear what you three ladies. It's not even me hosting, but
Don't
I have
ask
a
me nothing about
question.
cooking.
Well, I wouldn't have, Shonda. So I've read mixed reviews.
Okay.
Some people have said to brine the turkey. Some people say don't.
I don't know what brining the turkey means.
We didn't. This question's not for you, baby girl,
Oh, okay.
because
Ooh.
we
Way
don't.
that
You
this question's not
don't. We don't
directed
even
to
know how to
you.
make soup. But okay.
Me mind my business.
So, do you brine or not to brine?
Brine.
Brining is
When
a
you brine-
salt cure that helps make
Right.
the meat soft.
Let me text George
I don't
and ask
think
him
I've
do he
brined.
brine or not
I
brine.
don't think I've
Well,
brined.
I can tell you the other thing that is back and forth
It's
on the internet, whether to wash your turkey or just put your
Absolutely.
turkey
that's a
inside.
must. That's a must. First of
Well,
all.
but some people online say don't wash it.
Oh no.
What do you mean? People want
No.
salmonella?
Exactly.
But in the oven, the salmonella would die.
No.
Mm.
I've read mixed reviews, so it's
Listen,
interesting. Can I get some likes and some hearts and maybe what you do for your turkeys?
Please tell us
Okay.
what you do with your turkey.
Mhm.
George said
Some
he
of
brines the
these-
turkey.
I'll
Some of
go
these-
first. I am in charge of the turkey this year, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
recipe that was passed down from my grandmother. And this will be the first Thanksgiving without her. So I would carry on that tradition, but I clean and I marinate. So I actually just took the turkey out. It was frozen. I just took it out so I could thaw out. So tomorrow it is getting cleaned, it is getting marinated, and it's getting wrapped up and put back in the refrigerator. A
I
full
have an
24-hour marinade.
So how do you
Wow.
marinate it?
With what?
So Mojo. So is it
Like a
Mojo
bottle
or
of
Mojo?
Mojo?
Yeah,
She
Marinade.
having a she
Yeah,
having a
Margaret, watch
she having
the
a
meat.
Cuban turkey, girl.
Oh, it's an adobe giving you Goya vibes.
There it is.
Exactly.
Right there. We're in
Okay.
Miami. We're in
Okay.
Miami.
Got
And I
it.
even bought the onion and I even cut up orange. All of this came from my grandma. I
Oh,
cut
like
up the onion,
citrus.
citrus.
Like
And
it.
of course, he used that broth that the turkey makes, and I turn that into gravy after it's
Mhm.
all said and done.
Well, I
Okay.
can tell you what I'm going to try to do. First of all, and please don't laugh at me because it was my 1st
Mhm.
turkey. My mom asked me what spices was I going to use, and I told her, well, of course, oregano. And she's like, so you're having an Italian turkey? And I'm like, well, what spices do I use? Because me, I never cooked before. Well, I
Poetry
cooked all the time,
seasoning.
but I never cooked a turkey.
Poetry
So
seasoning.
what I'm going to do with my turkey
Okay.
is I'm going to make a butter, an herb butter
Yes.
with some
Yes.
thyme and some rosemary and some
Okay.
sage.
That's
And
good.
then I bought a thermometer, not a thermometer, but a sticky thingy.
I
And
have
I'm gonna-
I have
and
one
I'm-
too.
Taster?
Well, I do got a baster, honey, a baster always. But I bought a like a needle.
It's
So
a
I can
needle. I have the same thing.
So I can stick it in the needle and just like
Oh,
right?
injection. When you can
I'm gonna
inject.
inject it with some
I don't know
chicken
what y'all
broth,
talking about.
some nice flavored chicken broth to make the white part of the chicken a little moist. And then
Mhm.
I read online, and I wanted to keep it festive. Inside the turkey, I'm gonna put onions and garlic with some
There you
apples
Perfect.
and cranberries.
Yeah, mine
Yes.
is citrus. Yeah, I'm doing
But I have
orange.
a citrus allergy, so I can't.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
Ooh, good to know.
Thanksgiving will end up in a hospital. So, anyways,
Good to know.
Well, I
but
have
my
an
turkey
answer.
gonna be
Y'all want me to
fire,
answer
y'all.
the question?
Y'all better let Shonda please let her chime in.
I feel left out, you know.
Go ahead,
I-
Shonda.
Well, I'm
I just
sorry.
want to say that Chef said he brines his turkey because it makes it tender.
Yes. Yes.
I want to also
I don't
point
know
out
what
that
that means.
if you guys follow Shonda Roberts on her Facebook, she posted the other day of a very I actually
Yeah.
felt badly for her. She received some very unfortunate news that her husband, Chef George Roberts, will not be cooking Thanksgiving dinner for him or his family, which means Shonda will not be apparently eating Thanksgiving dinner. So she believed that she would be
She
eating
crying. Look at
peanut
this.
butter and jelly sandwiches. Well, she knows full well that George would have made her a plate to use the microwave because no one's going to let her anywhere near killing
Thank
anybody's
you.
bread
Thank
with a
you.
knife.
Well, I will say today he asked me, "What do you want for Thanksgiving dinner?" I said, "Why are you asking me that? You got to work." He said, "I'm getting off early." See how God treat me.
Because when you
God
cry
loves me.
about it,
Yes,
you make
I
space
went-
for the answer.
I went to the intercessors about this, so he will be preparing
To
a
the
small
what?
meal. The intercessors.
We're
They're
going to
the
get
ones
it.
who really pray you out of hell. Them right there. I'll tell you offline.
Yeah,
We
because I'm like the intercessors. What is the intercessors?
intercessors.
They do all the work.
Yeah, they do all the work, honey. Your
Okay.
foot gonna be in here. By the time they get done, you're gonna be pulled up out of there. But he is gonna be cooking a little bit because we have to go out of town the next day to the
Okay.
last football game of the year. Praise you, the Lord. I am over football season. I'm tired running
Me
Spoiled,
around.
every,
Oh,
spoiled rotten,
Tarika, thank you.
spoiled
You
me,
rotten.
said it, not
me
me.
every year.
Okay.
I said, don't call me.
Wait a minute. Somebody, Lakima, this is my. Hey, Lakima. Hey, boo. Hey, friend. How you doing?
You know,
Go
sometimes you got to
ahead,
get
son.
called out on your own show.
I see.
Yeah. She's
You know what I mean?
spoiled rotten. Look at Sarah. Sarah just like shaking my
I
head.
want Tarika
So
and Sarah to leave me alone. I'm
we're
not
gonna. I
spoiled.
almost forgot to give our handle business right away. We are live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. And if you are watching or listening to us after our live broadcast, you can catch us on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Go to Talk Miami Talk Show. We'll be right there with you, giving you the goods every week. And I want to jump into our topic because we just used 16 minutes of our time to get caught up.
So
We
topic
talk
one.
too
Okay,
much.
that's it. That was it. Next
But that
topic.
was topic one. Topic one. I
Right.
wanted this came up last week quickly, and TK made note of it. It was brought up by Dr. Shonda Roberts when she was ready to go. If you go back to our last conversation, if you flash forward to about 15 minutes before we're supposed to get off
I
the
don't
air,
After
remember
that
that.
second
Shonda
yawn,
blurts
yeah.
out, we'll talk about mistakes in a minute, whether it's mistakes or intentional.
What?
And I gotta pee,
How did I
so
do
get
it,
off
Cindy?
everybody.
And then she was like, out.
And then she clicked
Just
on
out.
us. But
Y'all didn't
uh,
see Cindy's shoulder move just.
I'm done. She actually swatted us just
Yes,
before
yes.
she cut herself off. So,
Oh
topic
God.
number one, I wanted to ask the question: what factors determine a situation a mistake or an act of the universe? Now, when I say a mistake or an act of the universe or an act of God or by natural causes, some things happen maybe as a choice that is made by either yourself or someone else, and they come forward and they say that was a big mistake on my part, and you end up losing us out on a situation, right? It doesn't go in your favor. But then something else happens that sort of changes the course of your life. Now, do we look back and say, was that thing a mistake, or was that thing kind of supposed to happen to move out of the way for the next thing? Diva B, have you had a situation in your life where you felt sort of regretful that something happened, but and was there a situation where you're like, oh, I'm glad that happened because then this wouldn't have taken place?
All the time. All the time. Because to me, everything that you go through in life is either a lesson to teach you something, or it is a lesson to make you a stronger person.
Mhm. Yeah.
To me, when I think of a mistake, I think of, oh damn, the light is yellow and I ran it, but when I was running it, it turned red. I made a mistake. But to get up late every day for work, like I do, that's just the universe telling me I need my beauty sleep. Now my
You know
boss,
what?
thank goodness, my boss may not understand that. So I look at them too, but I'm a big universe person. Like I am big on manifesting. I'm big on the universe, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. Actually, I'll give you an example. So
Please
remember
do.
2 weeks ago when I was sick?
Mhm.
Well, I missed the podcast and I missed 4 days of work. When I went back to work that Friday and found out that there was so much drama that happened during the week, I told my mom, I said, honey, the universe made me sick, so I wasn't part of the job.
And
You
the
know
universe
what?
made you skinny.
Okay.
Yes.
Girl, what's your address? I'm gonna send you the cup.
You're gonna get the cup before Sean
I'm
decides.
gonna go get that cup because you keep telling me I look skinny. She
Oh
knows
my
the way to my
God.
heart, to my likes.
Yes.
So, but to me, that's the
Remember, she's an
universe.
actress.
Ooh.
you know what?
It got real
I'm,
I'm
quiet.
gonna
I'm
pass it.
sorry.
I'm gonna pass it to TK because if I keep going, I'm gonna say something I'm not supposed to.
I'm
I'm just
sorry,
gonna mute
Diva
your
B.
mic.
That wasn't a jab at you.
I'm
It was
gonna
a
mute
jab.
Shonda because that's where we are right now.
Ooh,
I had
she
to
got
mute her.
that's a
She's on
shame.
timeout.
She on
TK.
timeout. Yes.
So tell us what do you think?
To me, mistakes, it is what it is. I have this saying, when you know better, you do better. We all know when we make choices, if it's right or wrong. I'm just sorry. A mistake is a mistake. Um, but then there's things that are unexpected that happens. So I do understand and respect when you say it's the universe talking to you. For example, me losing my job, I didn't see that coming. So there are things in life that you can't really be prepared for, but then you just have to know how to go on. But to me, a mistake, you cannot put a mistake or blame someone else for your decision. And what I like about mistakes, like Diva B said, it's okay to make mistakes. I look at it as a learning lesson. But the one thing that I can appreciate the most is that if you make a mistake, own it. Like, it just bothers me when people make a mistake, but then they got to blame someone else
Mhm.
for that mistake. Own it. Even if it was intentional or not intentional, if that's how the person took it, and say, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Acknowledge their feelings. To me, accountability sets the tone for forgiveness. And then from forgiveness, you can heal. But if you never get that apology, some people just feel stuck. So I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But at least if you do make mistakes, I truly believe we all know right from wrong. You
Mhm.
don't need somebody to tell you that you made a mistake.
Right.
That's just my thoughts. But when you know
Right.
better, do better. And so if you know you made a mistake, try not to do it. Now, if you keep making the same mistake over and over, that's a
Mhm.
choice, y'all.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
Absolutely. And tell please y'all who are our lovely Talk Miami fam, like let us know
Yeah,
what you think because
yeah,
this is sort of
Or a mistake they've made.
yeah,
yeah.
or a mistake you made that changed the course of your life or the change the course of someone else's life, maybe for the better, maybe however that worked out.
Right.
I'd love to know. Sometimes you get up late, like you say, you get up late and you take the same route to work. Maybe you got up late that day and
Yeah,
missed an accident
yeah.
happening right
Right,
at the intersection where you're supposed to get off of the highway. So, was that, damn, I made a mistake.
right.
But what ended up happening was that your life was saved that day.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
yeah.
know?
look at that's a great example, Cindy, because look at some of the people who survived 9/11. That day the subway ran late and they didn't make it to the World Trade Centers.
Right, right,
And
Right.
right.
look, so you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dr. Shonda,
She mad.
Hmm.
Look, she mad.
I
I
took
ain't
you off
mad.
mute so you can share your thought. But don't fool around. I'll put it on again.
Okay. I don't remember. Like I said, I had such a good example when we first talked about this topic, and honey, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So I'm just
Goodbye.
gonna go on. Go.
Goodbye.
Wait,
She's
did she
now
mute her?
currently on mute.
She
I had
mute.
to mute her. She's just uh okay, she's back. Yes, Dr. Shonda?
I'm gonna clock out for the night. I'm sleepy already. So y'all keep on here. You're gonna
The
have a blank
moon.
screen.
She's very
So
sensitive to the moon.
I am. I'm tired. But anyway, so I was just saying that there are times when you do things and it is intentional, but then when someone calls you out on it, you call it a mistake.
Yeah,
Everyone is accountable for their own actions. Like TK said, if you have done something and you know you meant to do it, a lot of times I'm very blunt and I will say how I feel. And I meant to say it, but I didn't mean for you to take it that I didn't mean for you to be hurt by it.
right, right.
Even though if it is something that I know will hurt you, I have to say it. It's not a mistake that I said it. I just may not have meant for you to feel the way that you felt. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we have to be I'm not going to bridle my tongue and um, not say what I want to say, but I have over the years tried to change how I say it so that it doesn't hit so hard or hurt so hard. And also mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes growing up. I went to the Mac. You know what I mean? I was so that's where I graduated from. But I had to learn from my mistakes then, because even then, while in that school, I was going to Saturday school, day school, night school to make up for those mistakes, and I ended up graduating in 11th grade. So I had to, even at that young age, I learned, okay, you did this to get into the school, but now you can do this to get out. Even if you make a mistake, you have the opportunity to fix that and rewrite
Yeah.
what went on. Because now at 45, I'm able to use what I went through with the groups of people that I talk to now. So even though it was situations that I was in and horrible mistakes that I won't ever share on here, but it formed me to who I am today. And it also gives the people who are under the sound of my voice sometimes, you know, to know that they can also do better, even though they made a mistake. Your mistake doesn't define you unless you
Absolutely.
Well,
get
and you're
licensed.
human. You're allowed to make
Absolutely.
mistakes. Like
Yeah.
TK said, as long as your mistake is not something that's done over and over, because then that's not a
Right.
mistake. That's a
Right.
pattern. There's a
Right.
Right.
difference.
And
Mistake, pattern, big difference.
Shonda, you're good for coming to the point.
Thank
Okay?
you.
She
You
made
were
up for
at
it.
risk of getting muted. That was a very strong point, sis. I loved
Thank you
it.
so much.
She
Thank
had to
you.
come out.
You're still ain't getting your cup before Christmas, Cindy. So
Yeah,
Thanks,
stop.
darling.
but I still chose to lead with courage and kindness because that's the princess way of
Oh,
No,
doing
she
it.
didn't.
Oh,
No, she
okay.
didn't.
So thank you guys
she
for
let
indulging
it
on the first
go.
topic. I have to let it go, let it go. And I'm gonna pass it down to the man with the festive hat and collars and
Ooh,
wall and
ooh,
assortment of
ooh.
Well, you
men.
mean all these men's?
Diva beat, dishing the dirt, dishing the dirt, dishing the dirt.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, as you see, all my men's is back. And this time I made a collage of them so you could see all of them. But my baby daddy, he's always by my side. Always by my side.
That's Shamar.
Is that
Of
Shamar?
course, of course. So, well, I'm gonna make it quick, because we got to get right along before Shonda falls asleep.
Yes,
So,
we need Miss Alicia to come and join us.
so as many of you know, if you saw my post on Friday, I have literally been addicted to the new Adele album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. Okay. I have played it over and over. I have sang it for the people on the lake by my house. I have literally been driving down the street with it. And only can someone as powerful as Adele is, because I just read this today, that she actually has Spotify take away the shuffle button.
Yeah.
So you cannot even shuffle the songs on her album on Spotify because she wants
Wow.
you to hear them in the way that they were written. I've never heard that before. And I didn't even believe it when I first read it because I bought mine on iTunes for $9.99. Okay, go get it. It's very cheap, but it's 13 songs. And I was able to shuffle. I am in love with this album.
Yeah.
And it's not your typical gonna cry and boo-hoo. She does have some sad songs at the beginning, but as the album goes on, it just gets better and better and better. So please, if you haven't heard Adele's album, you're missing out. If you haven't ordered it or bought it, you're missing out because not only can she sing, but she's a writer. Okay.
Storyteller.
She's a storyteller and the passion in which she sings. But I do have to, before I go to my next real quick DVD, just the dirt, I do have to say one thing. And I don't care if it's the younger generation that hears me or hates me, but the fight online between who sings better,
Come on now.
Adele,
Why?
Whitney, or
Bring it
Taylor
up.
Swift,
Bring
Good
it up.
night.
y'all can't even come close to Miss Whitney Houston. I don't
Thank
care.
you.
Yes, I love Adele, and yes, Adele can sing, but there would be no Adele if there wasn't a Whitney. And
Come on now.
Whitney is by far my favorite artist of all time. Nobody can outdo Whitney for me. I was even going to get a tattoo of her on my arm when I was
Work.
younger because she helped save my life.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother segment. But Whitney's music and Whitney's voice is one of which this young generation will never be able to understand
Never.
or duplicate. So I love you, Adele, but even Adele would probably say Whitney was better than her. Okay.
That part.
So that on that, we're gonna move to some little ratchetness because last night I stayed up even late because I thought my homegirl, the queen of ratchet, Cardi B, who was hosting the American Music Awards last night, was gonna show up and show out. Well, she showed up, but she didn't show out. And she did do like 8,000 different wardrobe changes. So I will tell you that she did bring the looks. The one with the mask was her red carpet. And then throughout the entire show, she changed like every time. But I have to be honest with y'all. And I love me some Cardi B. Y'all know I love me Cardi B. Don't make me get my WAP and do all my up and all this stuff. But I was bored. Okay.
Oh wow.
Even J-Lo, J-Lo performed, and I'm sorry, we all know J-Lo
J-Lo's
for
a
being
queen.
52. She is amazing.
Mhm.
But when I think of J-Lo, I don't think of her holding off a soft ballad.
Ooh,
I need
A
J-Lo.
what?
She sang a soft ballad,
A
very
soft
like
ballad. Okay.
yeah, like it
Like with a
wasn't
stool?
her. Say again.
like with a stool and a
She
mic.
sat on a whole stool and everything, Cindy.
And
How
she's
you
really
knew?
not a vocalist, so
She's
I
not a
didn't catch
vocal.
her.
I mean,
I didn't catch her.
it wasn't bad. The performance was good, but when I think of J-Lo, I think of like Let's Get Loud.
Yeah.
You know, I
Dancing.
think of the
Dancing.
dancing and the movie, not the I'm sitting in a beautiful Oscar de la Renta gown and I'm just gonna bust out some notes. Like she thought she was Adele,
But
and
let me
that's
stop you.
just, you know.
Let me stop you, Diva B, because she
Mhm.
did sing at the inauguration, and she sang, was it America the Beautiful
I think so
or God
too.
Bless
Yeah.
America? One of those
One
songs.
of them, yeah.
And it was a ballad, and right at the end she said, "Let's get
She did.
Yeah,
loud."
yeah.
Everybody was thrown off.
But
Ooh.
see, that's what I think of J-Lo. I think of J-Lo as more dancing music. It's like Lady Gaga. I'm a Lady Gaga fan with all my heart and soul, right? Not as much as Whitney, but like Whitney's my go all. But Lady Gaga, the reason I love Lady Gaga was because she wore meat dresses and she bled and she was just crazy. When her and Tony Bennett got together, I was like, hold up. I'm like, what's going on here? And that's not taking away from Gaga. She's still very talented, but that's
Mhm.
not what you look at her for. That's not what I was looking for last night in J-Lo. And that is not what I was looking for last night in Cardi B. So yeah, I was bored. Okay, on to the next.
What do you guys think at home? What do you guys think at home? Did you watch
Exactly.
the
Did you
AMAs last night?
watch? Let us know. Give us
Give
hearts
us
and
those
likes. Did you
hearts, like,
watch?
who do you prefer? Do you prefer we all know the answer, but like just humor us here, please, because we love comments. Whitney, Adele, the other one who shall not be named, because this is not
Exactly.
the
Why
podcast
was she
for
even
her.
in that category? Exactly.
You
Well,
know, maybe
because
for
Taylor,
songwriting. She's a very good
Taylor
songwriter.
is a great songwriter too.
Well, say that.
You know.
They said that singer.
Yeah, but how do
Yeah.
you put her in a category? That's like when they used to say, "Oh, who's a better singer, Britney or Christina Aguilera?" Excuse me.
Like, you guys stop. New Edition was my favorite, Alyssa said. Yes.
Oh yes.
bruh.
Oh, and New
Yeah.
Edition did
They
battle
did
back
show out.
New Kids on the Block, which, honey, I ain't gonna lie, I was jamming. Okay, and I was
Yeah.
even surprised.
What a verses.
Bobby Brown and his 1,800 pounds that he's gained since he stopped being so famous, he
Yeah.
was doing his dance moves last night.
He
Okay.
still got it.
What
Bobby
you
still
won't
got
do
it.
is you better put respect on Bobby's name. That's what you will do.
It's my prerogative.
I don't know, because it's
Well,
more Whitney for
absolutely
me.
do
But
that.
What I want to do.
see, Whitney, that's right, Tarika. You know,
That's
boo.
right.
If you know
And-
about Whitney, you know about Whitney. I'm sorry. Miss Thing.
Exactly.
That's
Anything
it.
else, Diva B, for our dirt corner?
No, I hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope your turkeys get stuffed and your bellies get full.
That's Diva B. Dish
I
the
did
dirt.
more during Diva B Dishes the Dirt than Miss Thing did all last night for 2.5 hours.
What a
Adele's
bummer.
song "Easy on Me" is my favorite. It breaks me down. I love that
Oh,
song.
you got to listen to
I
I
have a
Drink
theory about
Wine.
listening to sad music and living my life. For a while, I had to kind of separate myself from listening to sad songs because I had to move
Yeah.
on with my life and like find joy. So I had to stop listening to one of my favorite girls, Mary J.
Listen.
Blige. I
Yeah.
had to
But
quit
if-
Mary
if-
J. Blige
yeah.
for a second, take a
If you're
break,
going through a breakup, don't listen to Adele.
and Adele, because they will bring out.
Well,
Well,
but
I don't
her
know
new
breakup. I
album
just
is
like
not
it.
all about
Sorrow.
breakups.
Oh, okay.
Actually, her new album, half of it is like the end of
Oh, okay.
of her relationship, and then she gets into other songs where she talks about her kid and her life, and I Drink Wine and come get it. Like
Work.
the album is just phenomenal, y'all. If,
I'm
if
gonna
you
listen
don't,
to the rest. Only
it's
her
just
Easy on
amazing.
Me.
Well, I can say this. What a way to come back, because she looks so good. After
Yeah.
that divorce, I know her ex-husband is looking at her like, can you come back?
They're
Because
still
baby,
friends.
she looks great.
Do you know that her and her ex-husband live right across the street from each other?
Well, they got a
Child
co-parent.
bye.
They got a co-parent.
Alimony,
No,
Now,
they're still
no,
real good friends.
cheaper to keep her.
Wait, was that TK?
Yes, she
Did
hit
y'all
the
hear?
You
pitch.
better hit that note, friend.
She
She's
hit the pitch.
practicing.
See, that's why I encourage TK when she sings. I don't
That
say
was a
no,
good one.
because one
Do
day
it
she might hit
again.
the right pitch.
I'm so embarrassed.
Now you made her shy. Dang it!
She
Now
did so
the horse ran
good.
away.
I wasn't even practicing, and look what happened.
Look, see, you got to catch it. You got to catch it when it's
Yeah,
off
that was
guard.
good,
Mhm.
friend. Go ahead, then, boo.
All right, y'all. I'm going to move on to the second topic because we're running out of time, and I want to get Miss Alicia here so we can
Okay.
ask her some questions because we just love having her on the show.
She's
She's going to be
she's
so
like, are these
cute as a
people gonna
button.
put me on one?
So topic number 2, and this was sparked from a conversation I was having with a young lady this weekend about, asking her what her life goals were. And I mentor, and I have young people asking me questions all the time, and about what it's like to be a performer and professional advice. So I ask questions like, what's your family life? Where do you come from? Where do your people come from? What are the relationship with the male figures in your life? What are the relationship with your female figures in your life, whether your mother or your grandmother or whoever you're raised with? And this young lady said that, her mom was a stay-at-home mom. Her dad worked. Her mom was a stay-at-home mom, but her and her mom don't really see eye to eye and don't really understand each other. And I felt like that may have been, it sort of will play into sort of who she is and who she will become until she's in her 30s, where you start to kind of unlearn things and really take ownership of who you are. But she's in her early 20s. And I look back and I see like my young self going, my mother and I don't see eye to eye. We don't get each other, and maybe we never will. But maybe on the flip side, when we fast forward, my stepmother and I get along really well, and we did not see eye to eye for a long, long, long time. And I'm very close with her now, and I can appreciate the woman she is because I understand her story more, particularly as a woman doing it on my own. So, my topic for today, the second topic is, as we think about motherless sons, let's think about motherless daughters. How important is a strong female presence in a young woman's life? And maybe I'll shoot it to TK first, having a daughter and also being an educator and a mentor. How did you find that with your own life?
Yeah.
And then how do you sort of like mentor and share with young women how to be a strong female presence, or learning to observe what a strong female presence is?
Absolutely. First, I'll talk about my personal life. My great grandmother, who was the matriarch of our family on my mother's side, had 11 kids. So for me to see my great grandmother who worked and who grew up pretty much when segregation, all of that was around, and just made it work. We didn't grow up, my mother and my grandmother, that whole family did not grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth. So to see my great grandmother work as hard as she did, she instilled that into my grandmother, who instilled it into my mother. And I just thank my mom for being what I looked up to my mom and my grandmother more so than any celebrity or anyone else. And because they taught me real life. I have to give credit to my mom because my dad, he was so sweet. And I shared this. That's a whole nother topic about to spank or not to spank. My dad never disciplined me. He has never hit me, touched me, spanked me, nothing. But that Linda Pratt put me in my place. But I thank her for it because she didn't allow me to I had to represent her out in the public. So she wanted to make sure she prepared me. So mom, I know she's always watching, want to say thank you. And so when I had my own daughter, I wanted to make sure that she looked up to me. That is the most fulfilling thing I think any child can say is, mom, I look up to you, or my mom is my role model. And my daughter actually had that conversation with me, and that means I can actually say, TK, you did your job. I mean, of course, I will always be mom, but I really, now that both of my kids are adults, you try to set them up for a great solid foundation so that when they do go off on their own, and both of my kids are out on their own, um, we prepare them for life. Now, life itself is going to teach them, but I am so grateful that both of them look up to me. And I hope, and Cindy, another part is representation speaks a lot, right? As a Black mom, we young Black girls need to also see other Black women do well and be in high places. Even like Kamala, to be the first Black female president. We get to have hope. Hillary Clinton. We get to have hope. Michelle Obama. We get to have hope when we see representation and that it's a female like us. So I really think it's very important. And that's when it hits home. So
Diva B?
Well, I'm not a young girl, so as much as I would like to have been, um, I do believe, and I'm a mama's boy. I mean, um, I don't know. I think it's important. Actually, one thing that I have noticed with being having my mom be a single mom, um, is just the way my brother treats his wife. You know, there is more of a sensitive component that goes along with it. Because one thing I've learned being raised by my mother was compassion, sensitivity, communicating, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there.
That's good. You did good. Thank you for that. Thank you for your perspective. I also, before we get to Shonda, I want to read off also um, young women who grow up with or can identify with this type of mother, a narcissistic mother and an empathetic child, um, and sort of how that dynamic works and how the narcissistic behavior within a mother, maybe she is there, and present in her child's life, but somehow the relationship between the child and the mother becomes mostly focused on the mother, and the child becomes so empathetic to be so good, then it sort of creates a pressure on the child. So maybe some items that or sort of flags, things to look at when we're distinguishing a relationship between a narcissistic mother and an empathetic child. No matter how hard you work, mom's approval, it's never good enough. Mom gives you unsolicited advice. She micromanages you and tries to control your life. Maybe mom is never wrong or never sorry. Boundaries is a hard thing to set. Setting healthy boundaries with a mother and daughter. Uh,
Mm.
when the daughter feels wishes this thing would be different, the relationship would be different. Mom takes any pushback from the daughter as a rejection of herself, shutting it down. She says something along the lines of, "I'm just trying to help. I guess I'm just a horrible mother," sort of turning the tables and sort of victimizing herself. Mom thinks she knows what's best for you always. Uh, Things like that. Standing up to your mother is hard for you. Plague and self-doubt, frequently feeling guilty and second guessing yourself as the empathetic child. Um, so just to share a few sort of signs that maybe you're in a relationship with a mother who is like in this narcissistic difficult space, and how to, if you can recognize the signs, learn how to navigate within your space to keep yourself healthy. And Dr. Shonda, I want to
Mm.
pass it to you
mm,
on your thoughts.
Um,
mm,
I do feel, I do feel that having, um, I was going to say what defines strong, but for the sake of conversation here, I'm going to agree that we do need good examples. Um, I think by nature, I picked up a lot of my mom's personalities or traits My mom worked 10 jobs. So she was always making sure that she um, made sure she provided for us. So my mom, like, we came from Bahamas. My mom would work, one job. She had to learn how to drive. She had to go to another job. Then she went to school, picked up a couple of degrees. She did a lot. Um, but in that, a lot of times, she was so busy that sometimes we were just, not fending for ourselves, but taking care of ourselves, so to speak, that we didn't spend a lot of quality time together. So being a parent now, I made it my business to be in my kids' business. And I believe because of so much that has happened to me before, it made me a helicopter parent and it made me overprotective. But I've said before, I don't regret being overprotective because a lot of kids are underprotected. And I want to, if I can, by any way, protect my children, I will. I know I won't protect them from everything, but I do want them to see that you can work hard, you can have your family, you can start your own business, and you still can make it to the football games every week. You still can make it to the basketball games. You're gonna be tired, but it's nothing more joyful for me than my son to be on that football field. And we have this thing we do when he's playing his game. He blows me. I blow him a kiss and he catches it. But before he plays
Oh,
every game, and I know that means a lot for him to see me. So if I'm scrambling to get orders done by Friday so I can go out of town and be this game, I'm gonna do that. And I want my kids to see that when you do have your family, you still can do what it is you want to do. Some things may have to cut back, but you have to prioritize. Nothing is more important than family. Nothing is, because we're gone. My brother died and I was 15, and I regret not spending a lot of time with him. Once people are gone, they're gone. Our
Mhm.
young women need to see us go through things. They need to see that we're not just talking to them because we're getting paid to or because we feel like it. We're talking to them from experience, which is the best teacher. I am very transparent when I talk to a group of kids, boys and girls and adults, because they need to see that Miss Shonda went through this, and I could make it out. I could, she was, hurt, and she still can be successful. She still can have a successful marriage and still be there for her children. That's what I feel is strong, is that you don't let things bring you that have brought you down to keep you down. But you
absolutely.
also have to make sure that you're real and very
Mhm.
transparent with my kids. I don't sugarcoat stuff because I don't need them walking around thinking life is about a bowl of cherries. You know what I mean?
Right.
They need to know that people aren't genuine. Some. You need to know that there are people there who will hurt you, not to be so naive and not to be so gullible. Have your guard up, but also be loving and caring and treat people right. So our
Absolutely.
kids are, they watch us and we teach them how to do life by watching
Mhm.
us.
That there you are the closest example.
Yep.
Exactly,
I
and
had
I
a
love
friend that
it.
used to say to me that your father is the first man to ever give a girl her self-esteem.
It's
And my
true.
father wasn't there, so guess who didn't have a self-esteem for a
Yeah.
while?
So, it's
Yeah.
not like that can't you can never replace something like
Right,
that
Right.
until
exactly.
much later when you
Hmm.
learn something different.
Right.
But who
And
else is
Yeah.
going to tell you you're pretty if it's not your father or,
exactly.
somebody in your family who genuinely cares about your development.
And
Right.
the,
Um,
lastly, my kids, I love them. I love how they love each other. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I used to get mad when they argue. I will burn me up. Y'all not gonna fight and argue up in here. Go hug each other until I say stop hugging. Because I want y'all
that's the
to.
punishment. Hug it
Yeah,
out.
that's your punishment. They
Yeah.
don't want to because they don't want to touch each other. You're gonna hug because you not don't want y'all fighting. But if I leave this earth, y'all only gonna have each other. When y'all dad
Yeah.
leave this earth, you're gonna have each other, and no one's gonna take care of you like you will take care of each other. I don't
Yeah.
care if you're not best friends, but at least call each other, look out for each other. And
Right.
my kids, one thing my kids always tell me, if I'm doing something, like a thing at the Heat game, my kids tell me, "Mom, you did so good. I'm so proud of you." That is the best feeling
Yeah.
ever.
It's the
For
best
my
feeling.
kids to tell me that they're proud of me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. That feels good when the parent is feeling like they're doing a good job, you
Yes,
Right.
know?
yeah.
It
Right.
goes both ways.
Hmm.
Thank you guys so much for indulging me, and please, we have so many comments from our Talk Miami
I
family.
know.
Um, Alyssa Brown says, Katrina says,
Oh,
as
I'm
I've
just joking.
grown
I'm
up and
sorry.
look back, I respect my mother even more than I did as a child. We didn't have much money, but I never knew it because she was
That's
always
right.
made us feel like we had
That's right.
everything we needed. We didn't need to have riches to feel like we had a rich life.
Come
And
on,
that
That's
is
right.
sis.
a
That's it.
fact, Jack. My niece needs to hear this because she's running around like she doesn't have a daughter. Me and my sisters are raising her daughter.
Wow.
Well, we hope that you get to get this clip to her, and she
Yeah.
takes the message how she's gonna receive it. I have three mothers. I have my mother who birthed me, my mother who raised me and toughened me up, and my mother who listened and cheered me on and showed and just always said that I was going to do it.
Right.
And they are all very important to the person who I am today, and I don't know who I would be without the combination of these three strong women.
Yes.
So thank you all
Absolutely.
for sharing your thoughts, and thank you, Talk Miami. And we're gonna head over to the Shonda's Corner.
Yes.
Ooh,
Corner.
Corner.
It's bad.
Come on,
Well,
It's
good
BB.
bad. It's not good. Never
good
said a word.
evening. Good evening again. Tonight, my job is going to be easy because I'm not going to do a lot of talking. We have a special guest coming on tonight. I'm going to add her to the stream, Miss Alicia Curtis. She is with
Woo!
she's with Citrus Family Network. What is your title again, Miss Alicia?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Queens.
Hey, boo.
Hey.
Hey!
I'm so glad she got that right because if she would have been like, hey, queens and a boy, I would have been so hot.
Listen,
So hot, honey.
thank God I can read because Diva says it all. Besides the hat
Okay.
and the collage in the back. I mean, how can I get it wrong?
Okay.
My title is Recruitment Specialist with Stitches Family Care Network.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I met Miss Alicia through one of my wonderful sisters, Lynette, and telling me about the program that they do so much. They do such good work with giving kids families to love them. So you go ahead, tell them what you do. I'm going to share your pictures as you speak. So
Okay.
go ahead and let them know what
Awesome.
they need to know and how they can help.
Yes. All right, everyone. So my name is Alicia Curtis, and I'm with Citrus Family Care Network. I am one of the recruitment specialists. We do have a team. That's one thing I can say about Citrus. We are like family. So when you meet one of us, you're gonna meet the whole crew, and you're gonna love us because we love what we do, and I think it speaks on everyone you run across at Citrus Family Care Network. We are very involved in the community. First, let me begin with what we do at Citrus. So Citrus Family Care Network is the lead agency for licensed care foster homes in Miami-Dade and Monroe County. So if you are interested in becoming a foster parent, you would sign up with one of us. We do your screening, your fingerprints, background. You go through a process. And once you are ready to go, we set you up for our care classes. We have some upcoming classes in January. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and get our information. I'll give out the information at the end of this. But we help children find homes, and we do not discriminate. We are open to anyone who is open and willing, who has a giant heart, like you queens on this platform. And for all the listeners, kids in care, they have this perception where people just think they're kids that have behavioral issues, or this is not my problem, I don't want to deal with this. Let me tell you this. I started working in the field over 7 years ago as a part-time job in a group home. And I felt, I really feel like God gives us each a gift, right? And I feel like it is up to us to find what our gift is. And I knew from going from surgical tech to just working part-time at this place after I gave birth to my last child, it was just for a part-time job, just a little income. I didn't know. I'm thinking I'm going there for an income. I was going there to be blessed with my gift that God was showing me for so long that I just kept roadblocking myself. And I fell in love with what I do. And I want to say that I am so blessed. I don't want to sound like one of those people that they're like, oh, she don't really love her job. I love my job. Y'all hear what I say? I love what I do. I love the kids in care. I love the people that I work with, my supervisors, my team, my management. Everyone is on the same page. When you are around like-minded people, like you queens, you guys all have goals. You guys have the same mind. Like it's amazing to work with people who understand you and have a passion for what you do.
We think
Yeah.
differently, but we
So,
respect each other.
I was just gonna say, because I remember we were having passionate conversations earlier.
That's right. You walked
What
in
goes
on
on here
that.
stays here.
Don't get me kicked off here, Alicia girl. I know you want to smack, but not mine, honey. Come for Shonda's.
Hold on, let me do what he did earlier. Where my cup at? Let me just. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I do want a cup at the end of this. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Well, if you go down the Cutler Ridge, you'll get it faster than you're shipping. So.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm on my way.
You know, it's so funny, Alicia, that you came on the show tonight because for like the last few weeks, I've been thinking about having a kid.
Well,
Because-
You see the way that the cat is dealing.
She
You
drive me
saw the
crazy.
way
She be
he-
talking
he
to
dealt
somebody
with
at 3 in the. My cat be
Listen,
talking to somebody at 3 in the morning.
Let me do it again. Let me do it again.
That's right.
So, but no, I've been
like
thinking.
influencer,
I'm here for
Alicia.
you.
Put it up
I'm
like
here
this.
for you and all you needs, Bobby. You call
I've been
me
thinking
and
about having a kid, but maybe
Listen.
foster's the way to go. Because, girl, me having a kid involves a
Listen.
turkey baster and a whole other thing. You know, a
You got
red
the turkey
solo
baster,
cup.
that's for sure.
You know, all that craziness. So I'm really going.
Yes, we will definitely talk after this, and that goes for anyone that's on here. I'm definitely gonna give out my information at the end. And let me just say, our kids are amazing. That's in care. You know, everyone has a story to tell, and that's what I need people to understand. Everyone, we all come from a trauma, and
Right.
and it can be from minor things that happen to major things that happen, and it's how we deal with it and how we react to that trauma
Yeah.
is how we go about our daily lives, right? So I get people that tell me, and it really bothers me when people tell me, "Oh no, these kids got problems." Excuse me, we all deal with something.
We all have problems.
We all have problems. We all have situations that we go through, but and at the end of the day, what we all want, we want somebody to show us love and to hear us out. And that's our kids. They are so amazing. I mean, I'm gonna just give you a quick story about one of my, and it's my favorite story, but it really hurt my heart. So one day, let me just quickly tell this. We were getting ready for Christmas and we had some volunteers come out to the group homes. And so, we have organizations that'll come out and they'll remodel a home or whatever. And I had one boy who was 8 years old, very handsome little. He's like Rico Suave. Y'all know what Rico Suave is. He's very laid back. He's like, he knows how to sauce you. You'll tell him, no, I'm not going to give it to you. And at the end of the day, you're like, here, why am I giving this to you again? He's like, nah, you good, miss. So I was telling him, I'm like, hey, go get dressed. We're going to have some volunteers here. And, they might be interested in fostering, and this is a great opportunity for meet people. And so maybe they want to mentor you. And he looked at me with his cute little hazel eyes. And he said, miss, now we trash. Nobody don't want us. They only want babies. And that's Queens.
Yeah, break your
Broke
heart.
me.
Oh
Yeah,
my
As a mother
God.
of four, that broke me because this beautiful, handsome little mixed boy with these big green eyes looked at me and said, miss, now we trash. Don't nobody want us. They just want babies. And let me tell y'all, that
Oh, wow.
sat with me the whole night. And let me tell you guys, when our volunteers would come, because I would see it all the time, because I understand why they do it. They think, okay, if I foster a baby or a toddler, they don't remember the trauma that's happened to them, right? But they don't understand that, little smaller ages consist of a lot more work, a lot more hands-on, a lot more vision. You know when them kids get quiet, something is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they would go straight to the little ones, and we will always tell them, guys, please make sure that you are aware that there are other kids, older kids around. Acknowledge them. Don't be afraid to talk to them and interact with them. And I mean, immediately they go, as soon as they come in, oh, we're the babies. And it's like, come on, these kids are such amazing kids. Like, and when he told me that day, oh man, that sat so heavy on my heart because they're in care for no faults of their own, and they come in through care from abuse, abandonment, neglect. Sometimes we have kids that come in due to financial situations where mom and dad split up. Mom couldn't afford the rent. She gets evicted. She's staying with the auntie. There's not nobody home for that hour that people are getting off of work or coming home. And, that's how kids get into care. And at the end of the day, back in our days, we say it takes a village. Sometimes you got some parents, they don't want to hear about their kids being bad or upset, and you can't discipline nobody else's kids. But it definitely takes a village to raise kids. And we all know that. All of us on here know that because I'm sure we all grew up with somebody, auntie, oh, didn't play that and was ready to. Yeah, exactly. We
Well,
all
Miss
had to
Alicia, we appreciate you for what you do for
thank
what you
you.
do. It's not easy. I work with kids myself, and I left there almost every other day crying in tears because you do
Yeah,
hear stories about these kids don't feel wanted.
Mhm.
So
right.
let our audience know
Yes.
how they can attend the class, how they can
Yeah.
donate, how to become a foster parent. Give them all your information and contact information as well. We have
Okay.
the number scrolling across the bottom,
Oh,
and I also
perfect.
put it in the comments. But go ahead and tell them again, just in case.
Okay, so once again, everyone, my name is Alicia Curtis, and I'm a recruitment specialist with Citrus Family Care Network. Our number is at the bottom, but I will go ahead and read it out if you can't see it. It is 1-855-786-5437. Or you can call me if you like and you want to speak with me. My personal work cell is 786-569. Oh, excuse me. I'm over here looking at the numbers down here. Sorry. 786-697-5369. And you can visit our website. It's www.citrusfcn.com. And that way you can look it up. We have the holidays coming up, guys. So we are in desperate needs of toys and donations for our children in care. And please don't forget about our teens and our siblings. So, and all the information is there. Please look us up, check out our website out, and tell a friend and tell a friend. That's how we do this right here.
And how long are the classes for the foster parent? I see you said they have some on the 10th and the 13th, but how
Yes.
long are the sessions?
So it's a
How long
seven
is
week
it? Yeah.
a 7 week course, like
Okay.
and it's via Zoom right now. So you'll log in on every Monday or Thursday, depending on the class that you choose, and it's from 6 to 9 p.m.
Y'all
And you
choose
get all.
Thursday because Monday we on the talk show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, y'all go ahead and book.
That part.
She said Thursday classes is for y'all.
Right,
Okay.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. I gotta
Okay,
promote
well,
that.
we appreciate you again. Thank you so very
Thank
much. And for
y'all.
being patient.
No,
As you
no,
can
I
see,
enjoy.
our show
Listen,
will
I'm a
go a little
fan
further.
now, so y'all stuck with me. I'm gonna be on there too.
Well,
I'm
don't be surprised if we
Oh,
ask you back to be a guest
listen.
host.
I'm
I'm
all
going
about
on
that.
tour, so I'm
Right.
gonna need some help, some support.
Yes, I'm so ready for that. Thank y'all, Queens, for sharing your platform. I
Have a
appreciate
good
y'all today.
Thanksgiving.
Thank yes,
Have a great
happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, people.
Happy
Okay, I'm
Thanksgiving.
in Miami. Happy Thanksgiving, Bobby.
All right, good night. Have a good
Good
night,
night,
Alicia. Thank
thank
Alicia.
you.
you,
Alicia.
Alicia.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. That was Alicia Curtis. What a beautiful spirit. Thank you, Shonda, for
Yes.
sharing her with us.
No
And
problem.
she's just a beautiful personality, so bright
Mhm.
and so passionate about what she does. And like, I was ready. I'm like, okay, how do
She
I
was
get
like, I
here?
love my
I
job.
mean, I'm about to take a kid on the road because I'm
Yeah.
not fit to be a foster parent. Because I'm like, are you ready? Y'all finna be my assistant. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I raised mine. I'm an empty nester.
Okay.
But Diva B, I would love you to see you
You know, it's so
again.
funny. So back in the days, an old friend of mine, her mom tried to pay me to have a kid with her, and I was like, no. And then I was literally talking about this last week. My mom is gonna, when I call my mom after this show, I can only imagine what she's gonna say because I haven't said anything to her. But you know, I think to myself, like, with the financial success that I've had, like, who's gonna
Yeah.
inherit that? And I am that crazy person that'll leave all that crap to my kid, to my cat. Okay. But I've been talking about it, and I tried to convince one of my friends, and she was like, no. And I was like, girl, you just need a red Solo cup and a turkey baster. We good. And she's like, what? But then now with foster kids, I never even thought of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Foster
That'd
kids,
be good.
Oh, see,
adoption.
my mom knows me well. She says nothing surprises her.
And also
Oh.
volunteering. Alicia said you can also volunteer
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
at her organization as well to even see if this is something that's a good fit for you.
Mhm.
Meeting the kids and also doing mentorship as well in your spare time.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you could also leave your inheritance to a trust of performing arts theater or a
Absolutely.
or a
Nonprofit. You
nonprofit
can split it
organization.
between me and Shonda's nonprofit. Okay.
Yes. And on that note, guys, we ran a little over. We got a couple minutes, but we're gonna go with TK motivational moments.
Moments.
Did I get a song? I'm kind
You
of
did.
nervous.
Don't
You
don't do that.
did. You
Oh,
don't, yeah.
Lord.
Don't
You want
do
us to
that.
play it
Because you're
again?
sleepy.
My
Yeah.
brain just shut off for a second. I'm sorry.
We'll
Well,
see you at the
Gotta get that checked out.
corner
at the corner.
next
Happy
week.
Monday, everybody. It's Monday's motivation. And I just thought with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up this Thursday, I wanted to make this interactive for us.
Oh,
So it's
Lord.
not just about excuse me.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not
I
just
thought I
about
was on mute. I'm so
I
sorry.
got to put her on mute. You know, after 9:45, 8:45, she gets reckless.
listen, it's interactive today. So when we think about Thanksgiving, right? We always think about giving things, right? So of course, we want to wish you from our family, our Talk Miami family to your family. We want to wish everyone a I guess a happy and just thankful Thanksgiving. May you and your family be blessed on Thanksgiving and throughout the rest of the year, because we are also counting down to a new year. Here comes 2022. But instead of me giving all of the motivation myself, I wanted to know, what are you thankful for? I would love to go around the room because we think of November being the month of gratitude. But I really think it's more about being thankful for what we have. There are some people who did not make it this year. There are some people who can't be with their families this year. So we are truly blessed. We are truly thankful. And so I want to go around the room, and we do this over Thanksgiving dinner, but this will be my first time doing it with you guys. What are you thankful for? Dr. Shonda.
I'm thankful for the people who have touched my and my children's and my family's life. I'm thankful for the lives that I have been able to touch. I am thankful that my whole house beat COVID, especially
Yeah.
my husband who was in the hospital for days. Because this time last year, he was on oxygen and could not breathe on his own without the help of oxygen. So I thank
And
God.
Shonda Roberts,
Huh? What you say?
without the help of oxygen and Dr. Shonda Roberts.
Oh,
Exactly. We know what
Cindy.
happened.
If
We
you
know
want to
what
understand what I'm
happened.
talking about,
We
you
really
guys
know
can
what
go back a
happened.
couple of episodes and find
Mhm.
that
Cindy,
reference.
you don't forget
Why
anything.
would I forget it? It's recorded.
But
I relive
anyway,
it.
so I'm thankful that we are here. That we're celebrating life. Even if I only have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on Thanksgiving, I
Oh
will be
Lord.
happy that we are here to celebrate
Martyr.
life and family.
You're such a martyr right now. Even if I have a peanut butter
I'm
and
hoping
jelly
my husband
sandwich.
is watching. That's all.
You don't
Even
have
though
to
we may,
put
Lord.
slices on deck. Don't play with
even
him.
though we may not have any jelly, I'll just have a peanut butter
I'll
sandwich.
just have a peanut and
With no water.
let the bread just roof and the peanut butter stick to the roof of my mouth.
She like that commercial that come on
And
at
Love
night.
you.
nobody will cut the crust off my bread.
Yes.
It has to be toasted too. So
Oh,
It'll just
Yeah,
be
she
but
toasted.
fancy.
whatever. Spoil rotten. Cindy, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for another day with people that I love. I'm thankful to be able to be
we
thankful.
love
I'm
you,
thankful
Cindy.
for this opportunity to be candid and be
Yeah.
able to still stay connected with y'all from across the pond. I'm
Yeah.
thankful for the people who I get to see. I'm thankful for the people who came to the opportunity to perform again.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
thankful
because when we
for
started, you weren't performing. Yes,
no,
Yeah.
we started we were
yes.
We were
inside.
all unemployed.
I'm so happy for you,
Absolutely.
Cindy. So
I
happy
was
for
fun
you.
employed, but that still didn't have no money coming in. It was just a
Okay.
lot of fun. And now, I just came back from a convention of like 3,000 people.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
it was an incredible experience. And I'm even more grateful than I ever was um, in this chapter of my life. I feel free.
Awesome. I'm
B,
happy for you, Cindy, really.
Absolutely.
thank you.
Diva B, what are you thankful for?
The men on his
Um,
wall.
the
That
what?
part. You
I
said
said the men on your wall.
Well, it's funny because I was gonna say that, but then I was like, no, they don't give me anything. But anyways, so I'm actually thankful for a couple of things. So bear with me. One, I'm thankful that TK's husband thought that I would be a great person to
Oh,
be on this talk show, and that actually the three of you have come into my life because every Monday at 8 o'clock, even though I almost killed 15 people on the way to get home, I stuff my face with food before, and I clean all my dishes and take a shower and everything I do before I get
Work.
on this talk show. But to spend my Mondays at 8 o'clock with the three of you and the wonderful people that watch our show, I'm thankful for that. Second of all, I'm thankful that my cat has stopped talking at 3 a.m. to whoever the hell she be talking to,
Man up.
because for the last week and a half, y'all, I've been able to sleep. Okay.
All right,
Before
boo.
before she would just sit and talk to
Praises.
somebody in the corner. Don't know who, but whatever. And the last thing I'm thankful for, and this is something that I always have said, is I'm thankful for the turkey that gave its life so that I am able to have food in my belly on Thanksgiving with my friends and family. And hopefully, this turkey that I'm going to make on my own on Thursday will be happy that I was thankful and will be a nice little moist 10-pound turkey. Because if not, y'all will see my pictures from the Waffle House. Thank you.
He
Oh,
said the Waffle House. Yes.
Well, come get me because I probably eating dry bread,
You know
Oh,
what?
here
Here
she goes.
she
Well, you
go.
can come
oh,
over
there
if you
she
want.
go.
and all
Here
my
she
friends
here
going out
she
of
go.
town.
Here she go.
Oh,
Oh,
Mhm.
well,
well,
I wanted. Oh, go ahead.
it's okay. I just wanted to say actually what I thought was something detrimental to me by losing my job. I actually want to say thank you to God that that happened because maybe it was meant to happen. Because once I lost my job is the reason why this podcast was born. I had nothing but time and opportunity on my hand and wanted to get creative and start doing a lot of personal dreams of mine. This book wouldn't have been written if I still had my job. I really do think about that. It was meant to be sometimes, and now I'm working on my second book. It's an addition rather to this, and I need to get that done before January. But a lot of things I even you need to find the good in everything, even in the bad. And I say because I lost my job, I all of you guys were in my life. And when I thought about this podcast, of course I picked all of my friends who had an over the top and who was extra personality like me. So you
I
guys,
don't know what you talking about.
yeah, right.
I
I'm the
do.
calmest one.
Cindy's like, I do.
So I am
I
truly
don't know. I just
thankful.
got involved because somebody's burger wasn't cooked right at the restaurant,
And you had
and
to
I
get
happened to
involved.
come to and I had to come to the table.
Yeah, right. So just
And then
thankful for
TK's
you
husband thought I
all.
was hitting on TK, and that was not the case. But
I know,
I'm
but just
thankful that that burger wasn't cooked right.
because then we would have never ever met, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
just thankful. Wanted to say, first of all, thank you for the audience. You guys listen to us
Absolutely.
every week. And just this Thursday, enjoy your families, everyone. Enjoy the time with your families and just remember to be thankful. That's from my mouth to your ears. Love you guys.
Actually, you
Yeah.
know what? I actually am going to give everybody a task.
Okay.
This Thursday, when you see somebody, say something nice, do
Yeah.
something nice. If you don't got, you don't have to have a lot of money, but if you just like yesterday, actually, I went to Publix. Oh, and by
Mm-hmm.
the way, I got some tea for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all know that Publix takes Win Dixie coupons?
What?
Yes, I knew that.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl. I
I
told the
don't
man
grocery
yesterday.
shop. I don't know nothing
So
about that.
you don't grocery
Wait, you
shop, you
don't
don't
either grocery
cook.
shop or
Hashtag
cook?
spoiled.
Oh,
Oh
someone in my
my
Um,
door.
God.
but yes, they take Win Dixie
She,
coupons.
Cindy gone.
Oh, she's like, I guess Brent will just keep talking. So, but yesterday, what I did at Publix was the lady behind me who had a cart full of things for Thanksgiving. I had some extra coupons that I wasn't able to use. And I turned around and I said, ma'am, I don't know if you use coupons, but here's some coupons. And she ended up saving $20 on her groceries.
See?
So just that little bit of attitude of gratitude
That's right.
is all you need to do. So on Thursday, if you leave your house and just go to the gas station or something, or even Wednesday or even Black Friday. Remember, Black Friday can be crazy.
Yeah.
Don't have Talk Miami try to bail you out because you done killed somebody for a TV at Best Buy. Be kind to each other. Like TK said, a lot of
Yeah.
people may have not made it last year through COVID and even this year. So if you do run into somebody, even at the gas station, hold the door, say thank you. And I'm going to start doing that every time I end my segment. I want to implore the audience and all of my people on the panel too to
Yeah.
do something nice for somebody because the world needs it, honey. You know,
I
Absolutely.
want to say one more thing who I'm thankful for.
we got
Yeah.
plenty of time because the host left.
Yeah, I mean, since we got a
She
little
loves
time.
you.
So I have, you all know, of course, our loyal listeners know I have a nonprofit, Pain to Purpose. And I want to thank my team who works hard and I get on their nerves year round. And I love them all. Kiari Miller, Sarah Santana, Lynette Brooks, Tarika Alonso Burford. I love my girls, my baby girl Janaya, but I think she quit, but she's still part of the
Queen.
team.
Did she say
My
queen?
husband and I
How
don't
you
know,
quit
but
a nonprofit?
she living her own life. Gigi don't be really paying us no attention no more. And then of course y'all know George is our biggest supporter of the nonprofit. So I love my team. I love you all. We got some more ministry to do this week. I mean
Yeah.
this year. We got to give out some purses. So if y'all have purses that we can stuff, please send them to us. Call one of us. Our number is 305-791-3417. We will definitely pick up the purses so we can bless the women living in the domestic violence shelter. So I love you all, my team. I love y'all so much. I ain't got no Christmas gifts for y'all, but I love y'all so much.
Woo.
Yes.
Yes.
That was my neighbor. She was delivering my new hair.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait a minute. In the mail.
and Dr. Shonda, I'm gonna need an offline tutorial
I got
because
you.
my hairstylist, we have to reschedule my appointment, but I can't wait. So I'm gonna need some help.
Okay.
You to guide me through that. And I wanted to share this picture with you guys. This happened last weekend. It happened yesterday, actually, at the Destination D23 convention, and this was a full circle moment for me. I spent a good portion of my life at Walt Disney World, just growing up as a kid, meeting the characters, getting their autographs, thinking that they were just the best, the most famous people in the world to me. And this moment happened where I was on stage and you see
Oh,
Mickey Mouse and Pluto
looking
watching
at
me.
you.
Oh,
That is so
that is
sweet.
so
That is
cute.
so sweet. I love
Our
the
friend
photos.
is famous, honey. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
I love the photos that you shared on Instagram of your Disney days when you were a little girl and then now for you to be a Disney princess. You talk
That is
about
so
full
awesome.
circle. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Well, I have to tell you
Thank
also,
you.
Sin, because there's only one person on this podcast that actually caught me. So the other night, after watching all your videos of you doing your from Moana to Let It Go to the other song
Oh, when I
that you
went
are
live,
very
yeah.
well known to sing. The other night I was in the shower and I was like, you know what? I got a good acoustic. So I went on live and I did my Little Mermaid because when I was a little queen, I always wanted to be a Disney princess. Unfortunately, I didn't get the princess status. I got the queen status instead.
Yes.
But I went live and I sang Part of This World from Little Mermaid.
I missed
And
this.
well, wait, and I'll tell you the funny thing. So then Shonda goes to comment on the video, but she can't comment because we all are our own worst critics. So of course, when I was listening to it back, I was like, "Ooh, did I hit that note? Ooh, I didn't hit that note. Delete." So she couldn't even post the comment.
Because
So
I'm like, I didn't
then
see this.
after I saw that she
She
wanted to
deleted it.
comment, yeah, after she wanted to comment, I was like, you know what? I got a friend now. She watching. She gonna root for me. So I went back on and I sang a song that I actually won in a talent show in high school, which was Aladdin's A Whole New World.
Yes.
And Shonda was like, "Ooh, girl, you hit that note. You doing it. You doing it. You doing it." And I heard it back, and I didn't like it, so I deleted.
Deleted it.
Yeah, but you have not only instilled your Disney princess fabulosity on this podcast,
Yes.
but as my little 6-year-old girl that's in my heart, that's still a Disney little princess. Because you can ask my mom and my brother. I used to when I was little. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna share. I know we're over time, and I'm so sorry, but I'm excited. And it's a short week. Ain't nobody got to work after Wednesday. But anyways, so when I was a little kid, I used to close my bedroom door, and I would set up my stuffed animals like they were my audience, and I would do little concerts. And because of your singing this past few months, in your Disney scenes, you have brought that little girl in me out to where my cat looks at me like, "Can you shut your face? I'm trying to sleep." Because all I'm doing is giving
Pay
her
back.
Disney concerts.
Pay
Yeah.
back.
So I appreciate you, Sin, for being fabulous and being a Disney princess. When they actually get a Disney queen title, let me know and then I'll try out.
Okay. That's Maleficent. She was a queen.
So,
And she
and one
was
of my
and she
favorites.
was
She's my
evil.
favorite villain of all time. She was my favorite villain of all time. But Little Mermaid's part of me is, when she's like, "Thingamabobs, I got 20." I mean, come
Aw.
on.
Thank
Who
you,
didn't
Diva
who didn't have a
B.
thingabob? I
I
had
had plenty of
Oh,
thingamabobs.
thank you,
thingamabob.
Akima.
Okay.
That's
Thank you, Mama Gloria.
that's such a beautiful story and also a great coming out story and
Yes.
about that Disney brings that part out in anybody. Now
Mhm.
these who I performed for, like, let's not get it twisted, you guys. These were for gold members of a very specific fan club for Disney.
Wow.
So these were adults.
Yeah.
There were 3,000 adults at this
Wow.
convention who grow
Wow.
up Disney, who have a Disney lifestyle. It's like an entire culture.
Oh my
So
goodness.
so
Wow.
to really be performing for these people who really appreciate all the storytelling and everything about what Walt Disney World and the Disney vision sort of embody
Mm-hmm.
is definitely a change for me. And also because as a Black woman, it has been difficult to try to be Disney and be Black,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Or
Well, Princess, is it Tiana? She changed that narrative, right? Is that her name?
Well, Princess Tiana. Well, yes, Princess Tiana. But the truth is, Princess Tiana owned a restaurant, and
Yeah. Yeah.
like she kissed a frog, and she was a frog for majority of the movie. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
we have our questions about that. But I
Yeah.
will say, because of that, it's very difficult to be Disney and be Black.
Yeah.
Just the culture from a
Can I
cultural.
ask a question? And this might sound ignorant of me,
Yes.
but how, as a little girl, since you said it was hard to see yourself because, obviously Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty,
Totally.
Rapunzel, all of them were white princesses. Until you had Tiana, even though, yes, she owned a restaurant, but she became part of it.
Representation.
Did you ever relate to like Pocahontas?
100%. I related to all of them. Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, mostly because I have Chinese heritage.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And although she didn't look completely like me, I knew where my roots were from, and so I could identify in that way. I identified in their beautiful music. So the storytelling, the stories about family. Now, Princess Tiana is a great representation for people who are of a younger generation. I was in my 20s by the time Tiana came out.
Right.
So I was already Nala by the time Tiana came out.
Wow.
So, and I represent a particular type of princess, a warrior, somebody who is, she actually is responsible for Simba coming back to the Pride Lands and kind of ushering that powerful female lead story forward.
Mm-hmm.
But for this princess concert, I wanted to make it very, very clear that I am a Black woman, a blended woman, multiracial. I wanted to wear hair I felt that I looked
represented your culture
and represented my culture. Correct.
Absolutely.
Because, everyone's got their own thing. And my voice doesn't sound like the typical Ariel or Belle or Pocahontas.
You're gonna have some
soul.
soul.
I have a little bit of grit, and that's what Disney is trying to do when they're evolving their vision and evolving their narrative and including more voices. So when I was there, I got the chance to really talk with more diversity, equity, and inclusion representatives from Disney, Destination D23, and the Disney Company. And we're going to have some more conversations about how we can continue to be diverse in our storytelling. So I'm really excited to be a part of that change,
Yeah.
Well, they need
That's because Disney really hit you at such a young age.
Totally.
Like, so
that old sisters, me and Shonda. We could do voiceovers.
We're gonna be the hood princess. A whole new world.
What?
Tika won't even be singing. She just be lip dancing.
Yes, I'll be in the bag.
Yes.
Oh, and I can gay up Aladdin or something. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Honey, it's already been done. So go ahead. Keep that trend going. But I want to show you guys, we have to say goodnight. We have to say goodnight to our fam because Shonda she's passed out 3 times, which I didn't see it. And I got to take this hair out and redo it. If you guys continue to follow us, tell your friends. If you like this episode, please hit us in the comments section. Let us know how you felt about our episode today, our talk today, our guest today. And check us out. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. You can hit that follow button. You can hit that iHeartRadio follow button, the Apple Podcast follow button. Do the same thing for Google. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the Facebook subscribe button and the follow button for Instagram, because those types of actions that we ask you guys to do, it really helps us out as we continue to build this podcast and get more exposure. So that's why we ask you to hit us with likes and hit us with hearts. It shows that you guys are engaging with us, and share it. Tell your friends how much you love us, how wretched we are, how righteous we are, how much we make sense, and how much we don't make sense. Okay. We want to know. We would love to thank our guest, Alicia, for being with us. Alicia.
No matter
Curtis.
how hood or how gay, we're here on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Okay.
How hood, how gay, and how Disney we are.
Okay.
We are here for you every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay well, everybody. Stay woke. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Next time we come back,
Thanksgiving.
who is going to be hosting next time?
Me. I started November and I'm going to end November. We have 5 weeks in November. There it is.
It's the long month.
Yeah.
TK
Yeah.
Owens, we're still celebrating your birthday month, so that's the
Because
thing.
it's TK Vember. Ryan said so. Thank you, Ryan.
TK Vember.
Well,
Look what you started.
so he
Ryan.
gets a cup and he gets to name a
And a
month.
shaggy Listen,
Maybe Ryan will be a
We
guest
love
host
you.
one day when I'm not here.
Yes, Ryan, I'll call
that'd
you.
be fun. That'd be fun.
I'll call
All
out
right,
sick
y'all.
next week.
Love you very much. Stay well, stay woke, stay safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oops.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I gotta do our outro. What am I doing?
Add it up. Okay, alright.
Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.